Hi. So as we all know that rubber dam is an inevitable tool that is to be used for various restorative procedures in dentistry. So let's get to know what are the three basic techniques to apply rubber dam. So basically I am having some armamentarium over here. This is the rubber dam punch, the rubber dam sheet and the template, the rubber dam clamp forceps, three basic rubber dam clamps, 211 used for anterior teeth, 2A that is used for the premolars, and 13A. So this is basically used for mandibular left and maxillary right molars. And this is the model for demonstration. So how do we apply rubber dam? There are three basic techniques. First is when the clamp is applied before the rubber dam sheet application. Second is when the clamp and the rubber dam sheet are applied together. And third is when the clamp is applied after the rubber dam sheet is applied on the tooth. Let's begin them one by one. For the first technique, I am taking example of 2-4, that is a maxillary left first premolar. So the step 1 would be selection of the right clamp. So I take my clamp, this is the basic premolar clamp 2A. I need to check its fit over the tooth. I take the clamp forceps. I apply the forceps over the clamp in the holes like this. I take the tooth and apply the clamp over the tooth, keeping into mind few things. First thing is that the bow of the clamp should go distally and there should be a proper 4-point contact over the tooth, 2 on the buccal side and 2 on the palatal side. Fine. Now I check the fit of the clamp. It should not move, that is it should not be loose, neither it should spring back. Once this is done, I proceed with the flossing of the clamp. As shown over here, the flossing can be done by... Okay, next is I take the rubber dam sheet and the template. This is the dull side of sheet that faces the operator. Now I mark it as L for the left side, R right side for my reference. So this is the second quadrant. My tooth is 2-4, so 2-1, 2-2, 2-3 and 2-4. The inner circle is for the pediatric dentition. After the mark is made, now I need to punch a hole with the rubber dam punch. So I punch it this way. Now basically the rubber dam sheet that is ideally used for the endodontic procedures is a heavy type of rubber dam sheet. But this is a medium type. The heavy type is not readily available in India. So let me just punch a little bigger hole. Otherwise there are chances of the rubber dam sheet tearing when we apply it over the tooth. Okay. Now once this is done, now I take my tooth. I need to stretch the hole and apply it over the tooth. How? So I stretch it. First I take it over the bow of the tooth. Then slowly I take it over the buccal wing. Now I take it over the palatal wing. Good. Now with the help of an instrument, say a tweezer or a probe or a flat end or plastic instrument, I need to slide the rubber dam sheet over the second premolar so as to get proper isolation. So I just slide it. Here. This is how the isolation for the maxillary left premolar will look like. Cool. Now, when in the patient's mouth, we will stretch the rubber dam sheet and attach it with the rubber dam frame and we carry out the procedure. Once the procedure is finished, now we need to remove the rubber dam. So again we take the rubber dam clamp forceps, engage the holes of the clamp and slowly I remove the clamp and then I remove the sheet. That's it. Let's begin with the second technique wherein the rubber dam clamp and the sheet will be applied together on the tooth. I am taking example of 3-6. So this is the clamp. I have already checked the fit of the clamp over the tooth. I am ready to go by applying it over the sheet. So what I do is, so this is the direction of clamp on the tooth. Okay. Now let's say this is the hole that is for the 3/6. I have to engage it over the rubber dam hole. The wings of the clamp have to be engaged into the hole of the rubber dam this way. Once that is done, I take the forceps, applying or attaching it to the holes of the rubber dam sheet. I take it over the tooth. Here. Now I need to stretch the rubber dam sheet from the sides a little. Okay, this is how it is applied. Now again, with the help of an instrument, say tweezer or a probe, the last step would be this sheet that has come over the wings of the clamp has to be slided down so as to get a proper isolation. So I slowly take it down the wings, the buccal wing, and here the palatal wing. That's it. So once the clamp and the rubber dam sheet are placed together on the tooth, the procedure is carried out, and after that the clamp and the rubber dam sheet are removed as shown for the first technique. This technique, the second technique, wherein the clamp and the dam are placed together, is the most commonly and preferred technique for endodontic procedures. The only thing is that it hinders the visibility of the tooth. So what we can do is we can mark the tooth with any marker so that we do not end up clamping a wrong tooth. Otherwise, this is very comfortable and easy to be used. Coming on to the last technique, herein the rubber dam sheet is applied before the clamp is placed. This is per se the easiest of the techniques, but it requires four-handed dentistry. How? Let's again take example of 2-4. Let's say this is the hole for the 2-4. The doctor takes the rubber dam sheet over the tooth of concern, exposes the tooth, and the sheet is stretched a little below the CEJ level. Then I need the help of my assistant who will bring the clamp and apply it over the tooth in this way. So this is how the tooth isolation will occur, followed by carrying out the procedure, and then the clamp and the rubber dam sheet are removed. I hope the three techniques are clear, wherein the clamp and the sheet are used for endodontic procedures and other isolation purposes. The rubber dam application is a learning curve, and as we get to know it and we get to apply it in our practice, we just keep on becoming perfect, and it's not at all hard to use it with practice. Thank you.